the story of determination and perseverance. In a small, busy town nestled between the hills and the vast meadows, a large train station stood. The station was surrounded by iron tracks, snaking through tunnels and weaving along mountains, offering connections to various towns, cities, and farms. The station buzzed with activity every day, as large engines came and went, pulling long lines of cars filled with goods and passengers. On this particular day, a large train was set to leave the station, ready to travel across the treacherous mountain to deliver the much-needed toys, food, and supplies to children in a far-off town. The cargo cars were filled to the brim with everything children could ever want. Dolls, trucks, blocks, and colorful games awaited the eager children who had been waiting for so long. The air was filled with excitement and anticipation. The train, a grand and powerful machine, stood proud at the station, its steel wheels shining in the sunlight. The engine that was supposed to carry the precious cargo was no ordinary one. It was large, sleek, and powerful, a mechanical giant that had carried heavy loads across many mountains. The passengers and cargo were all set to go, and the conductor stood proudly, waiting for the train to begin its journey. The station was busy, the engineers were excited, and all seemed well. But there was a problem. The grand engine, which had so often carried huge loads through the mountains, suddenly stopped. "What's wrong?" asked the conductor, stepping forward. The engine, normally so full of energy and power, seemed tired, sluggish. The engineer attempted to start it again, but it simply wouldn't move. No matter how much they tried, the engine refused to budge. It was as though something deep inside had snapped, and the large, proud train was unable to perform its duty. The workers tried everything they could, but the mighty engine was done. The big machine had reached its limit. The conductor, looking worried, turned to the station and called for another engine. But the time was running out, and with no other engine available, the cargo and toys were in danger of being delayed. Children, full of expectation, would have to wait longer for their presents. The workers were in a panic, unsure of what to do. They asked around the station, hoping for a solution. A couple of large engines rolled by, filled with freight and passengers. The workers approached them, asking if they could help. But each of the big engines shook their heads. "I'm sorry," said the first engine. "I've already got a long haul ahead of me. I simply can't take on more work." "Me too," said another, puffing steam. "I'm much too important to help with something as small as toys. I've got a full load of coal to deliver." One by one, the large engines passed, refusing to help. The workers were growing desperate. How could they possibly get the toys and supplies to the children now? All of their hopes rested on finding a solution. Time was slipping away. And then, from behind the station, a little blue engine appeared. It wasn't large or powerful like the other engines. In fact, it was tiny in comparison, with a modest size and a cheerful disposition. It was simple in design. Its paint faded from years of work, but it had an energy that made it stand out. It wasn't a high-tech, shiny, or boastful engine. It was just an ordinary little train. The workers, almost in despair, saw the little blue engine and quickly ran toward it. "Please, can you help us? We need to get these toys over the mountain. The children are waiting, and there's no one else left to help." The little blue engine stopped and looked at the workers with its bright, hopeful eyes. It was small and not as powerful as the others, but its heart was full of determination. It wasn't the grand engine that was used to pulling heavy loads, but it was willing to try. "I will try," said the little engine with a cheerful whistle. "I'm not very big, but I believe I can do it." The workers, though hesitant, decided to give the little blue engine a chance. They hitched the train cars filled with toys and supplies to the little engine's strong frame. The little engine chugged a little nervously, but with a deep breath and a determined puff of steam, it set off toward the mountain pass. The journey begins. The track was steep and winding. As the little blue engine pulled the cars behind it, the weight of the toys and cargo felt heavy, but it kept going. It climbed higher and higher, its little wheels turning furiously. It wasn't easy, but the engine kept its focus. The task ahead was daunting, but the little engine refused to give up. As it puffed along, it chanted to itself, "I think I can. I think I can. I think I can." Every time it felt like giving up, the little engine repeated the words, gaining strength with each passing moment. It didn't matter how difficult the task seemed or how steep the track became. The little engine was determined to keep going, one step at a time, one puff of steam after another. The mountain pass ahead was getting steeper. The rocks loomed large, and the track twisted and turned, testing the little engine's resolve. It began to slow down, but still it chugged forward. The toy cars were filled with everything the children would need, and the little engine knew that it couldn't fail. It took a deep breath and continued to chant its mantra, "I think I can. I think I can. I think I can." But soon, the path ahead became more difficult. The little engine's wheels began to slip on the gravel, and the incline was sharper than ever. The little engine felt the weight of the cargo behind it growing heavier, and doubt began to creep in. "Maybe I can't do it," it thought. But then, remembering the children and the toys that needed to reach them, the little engine found a new surge of strength. It puffed its chest, pushed its wheels harder, and continued on. "I think I can. I think I can. I think I can." The toughest part, the final climb. The path ahead was almost vertical. The mountain seemed endless, and the little engine's body ached from the strain. Yet the little engine did not stop, kept chugging up the mountain, slower but determined. Its tiny wheels were spinning, and steam puffed from its engine with each passing second. But the little engine didn't let that deter it. "I can do this. I will do this," it repeated, its little voice growing stronger with every repetition. The climb was grueling, and the little engine could feel its strength beginning to waver. But it pressed on over the steep inclines and through the tight corners. There was no turning back now. "I think I can. I think I can. I think I can." The sun was setting behind the mountain, and the sky was painted with hues of orange and pink. The journey had taken longer than expected, and the little engine was exhausted, but it never stopped. The summit was finally within reach, and the little engine knew that it was almost there. And then, with one final push, the little engine surged forward, making it to the top of the mountain. The cool breeze at the summit felt refreshing, and the little engine could finally take a breath of relief. It had made it, the descent and the arrival. The little engine coasted down the other side of the mountain. It was an easy, smooth ride now, as the tracks gently curved downward toward the town below. The little engine smiled and whistled happily as it descended, but it also felt a sense of pride deep within its gears. It had done it. It had delivered the toys to the children. The little engine had proven that determination and perseverance could overcome any obstacle. As it rolled into the town, the children cheered, their faces lighting up as they saw the cargo cars filled with the toys they had longed for. The toys were now in their hands, thanks to the little engine's effort and spirit. The children ran to meet the engine, their faces full of joy and excitement. The workers and the conductor waved at the little blue engine as it rolled into the station. "You did it," they shouted. "You really did it." The little engine puffed its chest out proudly, a sense of accomplishment swelling inside. "I told you I could do it," it said with a smile. The moral of the story: believing in yourself. The story of the little blue engine teaches us one of the most valuable lessons in life. No matter how small or unassuming we may seem, determination and hard work can take us further than we ever imagined. The little engine, with its simple mantra, "I think I can," shows us that believing in ourselves is half the battle. When we are faced with challenges that seem insurmountable, we must push forward, just like the little engine did. Even when the road is steep and difficult, our strength comes from our belief in ourselves and our ability to persevere. In the end, the little engine proves that it isn't size or strength that determines success, but heart, persistence, and a positive attitude. By continuing to chant, "I think I can," the little engine accomplishes what others thought impossible, teaching us that no challenge is too great when we put our minds to it. And so, the little engine continues to inspire those who face their own mountains in life, reminding them that with determination and self-belief, they too can reach the summit and achieve the impossible. Conclusion: The Little Blue Engine's journey up the mountain is more than just a story about a train. It is a story about courage, resilience, and the power of positive thinking. The story tells us that with hard work and the right attitude, anything is possible. It reminds us that even the smallest among us can make a huge difference, and that with belief in oneself, we can all think we can and succeed in whatever challenges we face. Stay tuned for more enlightening content. Head over to www.mybookssummary.com. Don't forget to subscribe and share the magic with friends. And let's grow together through the power of books and interesting stories.